Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You guys, you got Bert and Lanny, the DD, and we are bringing you We Three Kings are here now and forever.
That's right. Before we jump in, smash that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. People, let them know. Let them know about dividend investing, reaching financial freedom, because that's what your boys here all about. Hopefully, you enjoy the conversation and make sure, again, to subscribe down there below.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Make sure you hit that. It takes 2 seconds to click the blue thumb for your boys here. So, guys, it's 2024. We're here mid-January, and we want to talk about some dividend kings. We all know dividend aristocrats are those that have increased dividends for 25 plus years in its simple form. A dividend king is 50 consecutive years of growing that dividend. A very royal group, for lack of a better way to say it. And Bert, I wanted to talk about three of them.
Mhm.
Three of them are all on different valuation scales. One might show signs of being undervalued. One might be a small sign of undervaluation. The other one could be at valuation right now.
Yeah.
Wanted to talk about all three since they all can be considered staples in your portfolio because you probably have shopped there or own quite a bit of it in your cupboards or refrigerator.
Right. And we're going to look at the valuation and some of the other metrics when we run them through our stock screener, which focuses on the three metrics and that bonus metric, PE ratio less than the S&P 500, payout ratio less than 60%, history of increasing dividends, where we look at the 5-year dividend growth rate and the number of years in which a company has increased its dividend, and then that bonus metric, the dividend yield. That's the metric we look at the end. That's the little cherry on top. I think that's also, when they go for the second finisher, Lanny, they're like, we're going to give them a tombstone. We're going to pick them back up and we're going to do it one more time. That's what it's like.
Yeah, you give them the last ride after the tombstone, or but guys, three kings, three dividend kings. Again, stock prices are going to be as of January 12th when we go through it. We're going to go one by one. And as we go through, let us know if you own each of these stocks and let us know what else is your favorite dividend king. And you'll be curious which one we don't talk about in this video. But
Mm.
Bird, let's hit them right now with the first stock. We're going to dive into the consumer staples industry. We got to hit them with the Proctor and Gamble. Ticker symbol is PG, man.
Proctor Gamble is right. And man, does Procter and Gamble have one strong brand portfolio, don't they, Landy?
Oh, I mean, you've got the hygiene, baby care, fabric care, hair care, oral care, you name it.
Pet
Loves,
food,
Pampers, yeah, pet food, Tide with bleach,
it's everywhere.
Gain, Bounty, Charmin, Puffs. The list goes on, guys. I'm pretty sure Gillette, Old Spice. Again, I'm just throwing out names. Let us know if you have some Procter and Gamble products in your bathroom or cupboards, because we all know we have at least 1 to 10 of these items.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if you don't have at least one in your house. That would be very surprising. But that's why we love them. That's why they're one of our top 5 foundation stocks. That's why they've managed to become a dividend king and continue increasing their dividend because they dominate a sector that you still need. You still need to take care of yourself. You still need to clean. You still need to keep the house organized. You need to feed your pets still. Like good times, bad times. That answer never changes. And Procter and Gamble has made a name for itself by dominating that and owning
Hey,
it.
spot on. Bad times and good times, PG will last. And guys, they're trading at $150.60. Expectations right now are $6.42 for fiscal year 2024. That's a PE ratio for that first metric of 23.46.
Beautiful. Let's look at that payout ratio. Their annual dividend is $3.76. That's a 58% payout ratio. It's a lot. It was lower than I was expecting. That just shows you they've had strong earnings growth because I always remember Procter Gamble in the mid to high 60s. So that's fantastic seeing them at 58%.
Like, let me just wipe my eyes and make sure that that's true. Because yeah, I
A
thought the
little,
exact same
yeah.
thing when putting this together. I was like, Is that really, really, really? And guys, when you look at that dividend growth, 70 years of doing it, 70 years of stepping in the ring, laying the pedigree, and walking out with the title belt. And they've been doing it at an average rate of 5.64% for PG. That is just dividend growth at its finest.
Since 1954, Procter Gamble has been increasing its dividend annually. That speaks for itself. Their yield now, Lanny, is at 2.5%. So a nice little premium compared to the S&P 500.
Oh, it is. And it's a little bit higher than the 2.34% 5-year average yield, up about 3% this year stock price, flat since this time in January last year. So that's PE or PG. PE of 23.5, payout ratio under 60%, dividend growth rate at 5.64%, growing dividends for over 70 years with a yield of 2.5%. Yeah, I think they're slightly overvalued right now. I'm not jumping to buy PG. What's your quick take, Bert?
Yeah, I agree, but it's worth monitoring, especially if the price comes down and the PE ratio drops into the lower 20s and even hits that 20 to 21 mark. I think that'd be potential value for a quality company like Procter and Gamble.
Just the quality, guys. It's just the quality. The
Yeah,
quality, just like the next stock, the icon, the Warren Buffett loving, the dividend paying, the cash flow monster of Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, the knockout punch, guys. This is Coke.
yeah, Coke delivering a knockout punch to your portfolio as well, because we always talk here on this channel about Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. It's one of our favorite dividend showdowns to run every once in a while because both those companies are phenomenal. Coke is an American icon. Everybody knows the red can with the white cursive. And then alternatively, the silver can with the red for the Diet Coke. They're two largest brand things that everybody loves them. It's
Oh,
crazy.
oh, it's no doubt. They finally did something in 2020. I think it was three when they joined forces to create the Jack and Coke, can. I think they're cans. I haven't had one yet. Let us know if you guys
Another.
have enjoyed it. But they finally put them together because
Yeah.
nobody goes, yeah, I'll have a Jack and Pepsi.
That's right. And that goes to show you though about how strong their brand presence is. And we just highlighted Coke and Diet Coke. There's Sprite, there's water, Watergate. No, they don't have Gatorade, they have Powerade. Coke and Pepsi are always 1 and 2. They just flip-flop which one's the best one because each one of them are in an arms race to get the best brand in that sector. And they have no problem acquiring to do it. I think that's the best thing about Coca-Cola. Them and Pepsi will always be in this arms race.
I haven't had Costa or close to coffee. Let us know if you guys had and how it is. Does it taste well? Let us know in those comments. But let's look at the metric. They are trading at $60.39. Earnings expectations for 2024, $2.80, leading to a lower PE ratio than PG at 21.5.
Yeah, their annual dividend's $1.84. That's a payout ratio of 65.71%. It's about where my expectations are for Coca-Cola.
Yeah, they've been growing dividends not for 70 years, but for 61
Oh,
plus years, guys. I know, how dare they? And they've only been doing it though. The rate's been pretty dismal at 3.36% over the last 5 years on average.
yeah, and that'd be the one thing you would say about Coca-Cola is their earnings growth hasn't been strong. So obviously when you have a 65% payout ratio, you can't afford strong dividend growth without strong earnings growth. So if there hasn't been strong earnings, you wouldn't expect strong dividend growth. So the 5-year average at 3.36% matches what their earnings are doing.
Yep. The yield now is about 3.05%. They're down about 2% since last year, but they're actually up 2.74% this year already, guys. So keep that in mind with Coke. Could be a rebound year for them as they pass on some of those higher costs back onto the consumer. You better believe that if somebody's a Diet Coke person or a Coke person, they are paying for that, even if Pepsi might be a quarter cheaper.
Yeah, you're not just switching to Diet Pepsi because of that. And it's the point of why Coca-Cola is Warren Buffett's favorite, and it is favorite of so many other investors out there.
So many others, guys. Let us know what you guys think of Coke right now. Personally, I like the stock, but probably could have and should have grabbed them. Did they hit in the 55s at one point
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
I'm looking back at the stock chart. Yeah, in that October time frame, probably should have backed the truck up and picked up as many shares as I could. I like the
There,
math for below 55 a share personally.
yeah, there are a lot of stocks we could have said that with, especially with how much the market took off in the last month or two.
Oh, it's true. Oh, it's damn true. But
Right.
we're talking about three dividend kings here, Bert. I have to let you do the honors to introduce number three.
Target, ticker symbol TGT. They were one of my top 5 dividend payers, which we covered back on Tuesday's video when we covered my 2023 annual income. Target, my wife and I own 100 shares. We shop there a lot. A lot of our products for our babies are there, all of our diapers, all of our wipes.
That
Any
red card, baby.
red card, the discounts they give you, they make it very, very easy for parents to affordably take care of their kids. That's why we like them so much. They have increased their dividend. They don't have the longevity of it. They don't have the 70-year streak that Procter and Gamble had. They don't have the 61-year streak that Coca-Cola has. But I guess we'll do with 52 years of increasing dividend. So they're a new dividend king, but it's a hard club to get into.
And they had some turmoil back in 2023 with the LGBTQ plus community, I believe. If you guys recall that. And that stock price, and plus they dealt with theft,
Yeah.
millions and hundreds of millions of dollars of theft. I think at one point they were like at $100 a share, and here they are at $140.91. What a road! And they're still down 13% from this time last year.
Wow. So as you said, let's look at the metrics here, Lanny. You've done the PE ratios for the first two. So you want to kick this off with the PE ratio for Target?
They are, trading at $140.91, earnings per share of $8.31 for 2024, 16.96 PE, so below 17 PE.
They have a $4.40 annual dividend. That's a payout ratio of 52.95%. Perfect.
So the lowest of the payout ratios, 52 years of growing dividends, average rate of about 12%. Now, we all know last year's was crappy because of everything that they went through from a cost measure.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even expect 2024 to have good growth. I would expect at least 2025 or beyond before they even return to high single digit dividend growth.
Couldn't agree more. And that has led to the dividend yield being 3.12%, which is much higher than the 2.08% 5-year average dividend yield.
Much higher. And they're the highest of the yielding of the group, where PG's was 2.5%, KO was 3.05%, and Target took the crown at 3.12%.
There we have it. I'm not running to buy Target either. I also own a lot of Target. My wife owns a lot. Similar reasons why we also love the stock, but currently am dripping and holding on to TGT, guys. So that was Procter, Coke, and Target. What are your favorite dividend kings? Let us know, and let us know if you guys own these stocks in those comments. Come on.
Yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And what else do we need to tell these people here, Lanny?
Guys, you're either with us or you are against us, Jack. That was Bert, the Hurt Locker, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.